Hey enthusiasts, and welcome to today's video. We're going to be talking about how to get data in like a true Cribl goat. We're going to be covering Cribl data sources. If you're interested in learning more about Cribl or other technologies, be sure to leave us a comment down below and let us know what you want to see next. Also, be sure to subscribe. That way you're up to date with the newest video releases. We're going to go ahead and start right here in our Cribl UI under the Data tab and click Sources. We're going to talk about these four main types of sources. We have collectors, push, pull, and system and internal. Collectors are designed for intermittent data ingestion. The three types of intermittent ingestion are ad hoc or on demand, a scheduled load, or by replay from a local or remote data source. Push is designed to receive data from outside sources. This is typically something like a syslog server or a Splunk universal forwarder sending their logs to Cribl. Pull is designed to reach out and make a request to fetch data to be brought into Cribl. Lastly, we have our system and internal. This is a look into the application and system layer function of Cribl, as well as stuff like a data generator. Today we're going to be setting up our Cribl internal sources to send to our Splunk all-in-one. So we'll do that by starting here. We'll click in, and you can see that we already have two predefined sources that come built with Cribl. Currently, these two sources are enabled and are generating logs. We're going to go through how to take this source and get it into Splunk. Before that data gets into Splunk, we need to tell Cribl where the index and what type of source type we want to use for that. So we accomplish that by doing and creating a pipeline. So go ahead and go to pipeline. You can see here that I have two pipelines, one for the Cribl internal logs and one for the Cribl metrics logs. Go ahead and expand that so you can see what we got going on. Here you can see we only have one simple eval function within this pipeline. And that is to add two fields, one being the index, which will be the Cribl internal index that will be sending the data to Splunk, as well as a source type to keep our data organized. I'll go ahead and back out one, and so you can see that Cribl metrics. Again, you can see we're sending it to the same index, or tagging the data with that index to be sent into Splunk, and the Cribl metrics logs source type. So now that we have our source and our pipeline, we also need our destination. So we'll go to data and destination. You can see that I already have my Splunk instance created. And you can simply do that by creating a new destination, listing the host IP and the port that you're using to bring data into Splunk. So now we have our source, our pipeline, and our destination. We need to go ahead and route our data. So we'll come here to routing and data routes. Here you can see I have two routes that are sending data, and the Cribl metrics here also sending data. And the routes work. How you set this up, you'll come here to filter, and this is where you'll be telling Cribl what source you want to filter with, as well as the pipeline that we're going to be using. And here you can see that Cribl internal pipeline that we're adding the index and source type. And finally, the output, that Splunk instance that we're trying to send our data to. So now that we've had our source, our pipeline, our destination, and we've connected all of them with our data route, we can now see that that data should be coming into Splunk. Here I have that index equals Cribl internal and the two source types that we're pulling from the pipeline. So I'll go ahead and search our Splunk data. And you can see here within the last 15 minutes, we are receiving data from Cribl. We'll go down here and look at the source type field and see that we have our Cribl metrics logs and the internal logs. If you like this video, be sure to give us a like. Also, be sure to leave us comments and let us know what you want to see next.